So, I've been collecting tattoos for a long time now. It's been over a decade since I went ahead and got my first tattoo. And as of right now, I have approximately 60 to 70% of my body covered in ink. And with all this time in me getting tattoos and being under the needle, I've spent even more time looking at tattoos and saving them as references for future tattoo ideas that I want to get down the road. Now, unfortunately, a lot of these saved ideas never made it to my actual skin because I just don't have enough room, but I thought it'd be fun for today's video for us to go over and look at some of the old tattoos that I've saved and decide whether or not, yes, I would still get these tattoos today or no, I wouldn't. Now, I will say for the sake of this video, I am going to pretend that I have a little bit more space on my body available for these tattoos than what I currently have. And I say that because, I have just become so picky with what I put on my body because I'm running out of space. So imagining myself with more blank skin will ease my mind up a little bit and will lighten my answers to the tattoos that I show you. If not, I'd probably have to say no to like 90% of these tattoos, and that's just no fun. It's gonna make for a shitty, boring ass video. Now, I want you guys to play along with me as well. Every tattoo that I show you, give yourselves a thumbs up or a thumbs down mentally on if you would get the tattoo for yourself or not. Got it? Good, let's get into it. So the first tattoo we got right here, we're starting off big with this beautiful chest piece. And I remember when I came across this tattoo for the first time, I screenshotted it right away and I was absolutely in love with it. I told everybody, I showed everybody that, yep, this is what I'm gonna be doing on my chest. And at the time, I was just really invested into this style of that statue stonework kind, especially because it's a, angel on one side, angel on the other, and that middle for like a date. There were so many things about this tattoo that I really loved. The depth in terms of those buildings in the corner on the shoulder. But if you were to ask me if I were to get this today, if I had a blank kind of chest, which I do not have anymore, obviously you can see I went a whole different route in design. I'm going to have to give this tattoo and this chest piece a thumbs down. I would not get this even if I had the space available for it, just because it doesn't cut it for me anymore. Now, this next tattoo right here, you can tell is super old just by the layout of how Instagram used to look. Let me know seriously if you remember it looking like this. Now, I remember I saved this tattoo because at the time I was building up my religious sleeve and I wanted a portrait of God to kind of go on the sleeve. And I was torn between two options. I was torn between this, which is the kind of representation of how the church views God. This is done by Michelangelo. It's a famous painting in the Sistine Chapel ceiling called Creation of Man. And I was really torn between getting this or maybe the Poseidon statue because they looked very similar. Now, obviously, you can see right here, I went a whole different route. I got the Poseidon instead because it fit more my style and it was a little bit more detailed. But this is a great tattoo to go about doing if you want to go about that religious Catholic style. And if you ask me today if I were to get this, it's such a hard answer because I do like how this fits with the theme a little bit better. But overall, I'm going to say no and just I'm happy I went with what I did, and I'd still put this there if I had the choice to do it over again. Now, the next tattoo we have here isn't actually a tattoo. It is a reference photo that I say, but I still think is worth sharing. Now, this is a very popular reference photo that a lot of people like to get done when getting a tiger tattoo, and even though it is super popular, I would honestly give this a thumbs up and say I would still get this for myself. Now, I love a lot about this tattoo or this reference photo. The depth of it, the anger, that one eye where you really see the other one's a little bit hidden. And I'm not going to lie when I say that I honestly wish I got this reference photo instead of the one I have currently on me. Again, I just like all those things that I just mentioned, and even though they are very similar, there are some differences, but I still lean more towards this reference photo instead. Now, this next tattoo is done by Mateus Noble, and honestly, anything that this guy posted in between 2017 to 2019, I was absolutely in love with. Now, this is one of those classic tattoo designs that so many people got, and it's something that I really wanted to at the time, and I still remember why I kind of love this tattoo so much and why I saved it. Because aside from it being Mateus Noble, it was kind of those extra details in the design of the crack clock falling down onto the steps. And even though this is a very popular design now with the crack clock and all that, this wasn't done as much back then, so it was a little bit more unique and different. And I was trying to kind of put it and incorporate it into my kind of religious sleeve. Now, if you're to ask me, Justin, would you get this now and then with the more space you have on your body? I would. I'm gonna give it a thumbs down and say no, I wouldn't. Again, it's so done nowadays, and I feel you can do a lot better. Even though I still really do love the kind of stairs, especially on like a form. It just flows so well in that area. So to anybody thinking about that, definitely get it. But for me, no. Now, the next tattoo that I got for you is an ultimate classic, and that is the rose tattoo. Now, I already have one for myself, but the reason why I saved these two tattoos was because of the placement the rose is put in. One being in the middle of the neck, as you can see, and then the other being the hand. Now, I've always loved rose tattoos. I think they are beautiful, elegant. They fit in so many different areas, and they are really the ultimate go-to for a safe tattoo design. Now, with that being said, that makes them very popular and overdone. And with my journey in getting tattoos as of right now, I'm kind of leaning more towards more unique tattoo ideas and designs. But with that being said, I would still give a thumbs up to the tattoo of the rose in the middle of the neck. I find that such a hard area to put a design in that looks good. And also because I want to put two things on each side of the neck, I feel it would fit well within the middle of things. And I like how it looks still, even though it's a very overdone tattoo. So thumbs up to that spot, but I'm going to give a thumbs down to the hand of the rose just because, again, it's just so overdone. I see it all the time, and I feel you can do a lot better with that. And like, you know, skulls, cathedral roses, I've seen those done many other times in many different ways, and I still would go that road instead. Now, this next piece is a very beautiful piece, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's a pretty old piece as well, because I remember I saved this before I really had any tattoos on my body. But looking back on this tattoo now, I'm gonna have to give it a thumbs down and say no, I wouldn't get this today, just because it's a very stacked tattoo with a lot going on and a lot of pieces involved in this one tattoo. You got this skull, you got the clock, you got the roses, you got the butterfly, the leaves, the gears, the broken shit that's going on with it too. It's just, there's a lot going on with it, and nowadays I like my tattoo designs just to be a lot more simplified, and this is just a little bit overkill in my eye. But still, it's a very beautiful piece, and thank God I didn't get this. There's just way too much going on. Now, this tattoo right here, I actually laughed out loud when I came across it when I was scrolling through my saved tattoo list. And if you've been following my tattoo journey, you know how much I love dinosaur tattoos. And if you are new here, then let me just show you what my back looks like. So there you go. I love dinosaur tattoos, especially T-Rexes. But if I were to look at this tattoo right now and choose if I were to get it today's time and age, I'm going to have to give the thumbs down and say no, you know. I think it's a very cool tattoo. It's something you don't really see every day, especially in this area. But I'm not really crazy about the placement. I just feel like it looks slightly distorted as you kind of move in towards the neck a bit. And then also, his neck is stretched out in this picture, and when it's in a more relaxed, natural position, it's going to look a lot more squished and, again, a little bit distorted. So for those reasons, I personally wouldn't get this tattoo in today's time and age, knowing what I kind of do now. Still a dope tattoo, and again, love dinosaur tattoos and love T-Rex tattoos. Alright, so now we have this amazing Egyptian style piece, and even after saving it 6 years ago, this tattoo still has a lot of things that I love to it still to this day. Now, like I said, it's an Egyptian style piece. I love that kind of theme. I have a whole leg kind of geared towards that. It uses a much more unique design and reference photo that isn't used too much, and you know, even to this day, I really haven't seen too much of this tattoo and this reference photo used. It's got that very heavy stone look to it, which I always love seeing, and it's geared towards the darker style that I personally like getting more now as well. So for me, I'm gonna definitely give this tattoo a thumbs up. 100% I would get this tattoo, and if I didn't have my king tut on the lower outside of my thigh, I would definitely get this tattoo for myself. Now, if you guys are enjoying this video, then go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It will help in pushing the video to a new audience, and it also show me you enjoy this type of content, and I can definitely make more of it. I have a lot of tattoos that I have saved that we can go over and see whether or not I would still get them to this day or not. Also, go ahead and subscribe, join the community. I am going to be going back to France in April to go ahead and start my leg. And that is definitely going to be a tattoo that you definitely do not want to miss. I shocked you all with what I did on my chest, and I guarantee you I'm going to shock you with what I do on my leg. And more importantly, I would just love to have you be a part of my journey in working towards a full tattoo bodysuit. Now, like that first chest piece that I showed you earlier where I said I saw it for the first time and I thought right away I was going to get something like it, I also thought the same thing when I came across this full statue back tattoo. Absolutely love it. It's still one of my favorite back tattoos that I come across today. I still see it pop up on my timeline every now and then, and you know, I loved it. I still love it. I especially that depth that it has, where I feel like that arch is just going into this guy's back. But you know, I don't think I would get this tattoo today, so I'm gonna give it a thumbs down. You know, it is a very timeless and elegant tattoo, but I also feel like, you know, I've outgrown that statue style. And also at the same time, I feel like it doesn't really resemble me as much as, like, say, the back piece that I have now or anything else that I could get. But there is one statue tattoo that I would still get to this day, and it is this guy right here. So right away, I'm going to give this a thumbs up. See, for me, this statue tattoo just speaks to me for some reason. I love how it looks, and I feel it would go so well, especially with the sleeve that I currently have. I kind of really wish that I never got this tiger, and I kind of put that there instead. It would have flowed and made everything look a lot better, but I do plan on lasering the tiger tattoo up, so maybe, who knows, I put that in its place. So right away, this could be a real thumbs up and something that I get, but I've also contemplated removing the whole outer arm and doing something totally different. Let me know in the comments what you think about that, but that's something down the road. Now, this next tattoo is a skull on the top of somebody's head and done by an artist that I absolutely admire. Now, I love skull tattoos. I have a couple on me already. I think they are so versatile, and I plan to get a couple more, but I remember I saved this because at the time, about 2-3 years ago, I was for sure certain that I was going to have my whole body done, all my head and everything. And 2 years later, 3 years later, I am not so certain that I want to do that anymore. Growing up sucks. You start to get a little bit wiser. Now, I haven't fully gotten rid of that idea. I still think I might do my head, but I don't know if I would do something this dark on it. But then again, there aren't too many designs out there that fit the head that well, and I'm kind of on the fence about this tattoo. I kind of had to really sit and look down at this tattoo and decide if I'd get it or not, and I can't give you a thumbs up or a thumbs down. It's kind of like this is like one of the few tattoos in this video that I can't really give an answer to, but let me know in the comment section if you think this is a tattoo worth getting still for me. I think it would look good, but I'm just not sure about it anymore. I really don't know. And maybe that may be my answer right there. That answer sounds like it's more of a no now. Now, this bird-looking thing you are currently looking at is called Ra. He's an Egyptian god. He's one of the most important of all the gods. And, you know, to be honest, I really want to get this on my leg sleeve when I was doing that whole Egyptian leg sleeve. Unfortunately, I didn't end up adding him just because I wanted to kind of keep to the Egyptian lower part of the leg and then space part theme on the upper thigh. And, I just didn't have enough room, but if I had more room on my leg, 100% yes, I would definitely get this tattoo and I'd still get it today. This is an awesome tattoo. Now, this next tattoo is a beautiful masterpiece done by one of my favorite artists, Ocean Siraj. I saved this 4 years ago when he used to work out of France, and now he is a local artist in my city of Toronto, Canada. And, you know, there's just so much to love about this. I love the broken glass effect. It's super well done, and, you know, I'm pretty sure this tattoo gave me the inspiration to do that kind of broken glass effect on my astronaut tattoo that I have on my thigh. Now, would I get this tattoo today? 100% yes, I would give this a thumbs up and say I would. And it's got two things in this that I actually don't have on my body that I wouldn't mind adding to myself. That being the woman's face and also the snake. So, Ocean, if you want to do something like this, I'm sure we can find an area to do something similar like this as well. He's booked. He's booked until 2025, so that ain't happening. Now, I know I've shown you a couple Egyptian style pieces already, but this one right here, 1000% easily gets a thumbs up. I'm not even going to waste your time kind of drawing that on. This tattoo is just perfect in my eyes. Seriously, it's just perfect. And I think this is one of the first tattoos that really got me into liking color so much and kind of pushed me to going ahead and getting something like this eventually and jumping into that new realm and style. So this tattoo that I have right here is going to get a weird mixed rating because half of it I absolutely love and gets 100% thumbs up, while the other part of it I'm not too really sure about. Now, the part that I love, you can take a guess for yourself, is that DNA strand. Absolutely love it. It's one of the best DNA strands that I've come across, even after saving it almost 3 years ago. I haven't found anything that's better than this one. The detail in it, the color, also, you know, some of it's very in focus and detailed, while the other part is very blurred out and out of focus. And overall, this is such a beautiful piece, and it's also what gave me inspiration for my alien tattoo and using the DNA design in that as well. Now, do I like the other part of it with the silhouette of the guy and his father? I do like it. Is it something I would get? I don't know, but if we were to go on the fact that I had a lot more space on my body, then overall, I would definitely do something like this and kind of, you know, use inspiration from this tattoo design. So overall, this tattoo gets a thumbs up from me. Now, before I show you this next tattoo, I want you to guess by the clue that I'm going to give you. It means no worries, and it is a problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata. Yes, that is right. This tattoo right here is one that I actually contemplated getting because I have always loved The Lion King. It's been one of my favorite movies growing up as a kid. I even love the remake version, which some people may totally disagree with me on. But I've always loved the saying of Hakuna Matata, and I'm going to definitely give this tattoo a thumbs down. I love the saying still, and it still follows me all the way through, but thankfully, this tattoo doesn't follow with me as well. So this tattoo we have right here is another kind of sculpture tattoo, but this is a reference. And I remember I saved this because I remember nobody was using this reference photo at the time. I came across this right when it came out, and I found it was very unique and different from what else was out there at the time because everything was being overdone at the time. I mean, I'm not going to say I have a lot of them that are overdone as well, but this one was very unique for its time. Now, unfortunately, I just didn't have enough room on my body to do anything like this, and also I kind of grew out of that statue style a bit. So now looking back on it, I'm going to give it a thumbs down. No, I wouldn't get this today, but it's still a very unique tattoo to get, even though it's been done a lot more now, but still less than all the others. Here we have a simple yet very well done tattoo, and you know, I've always said an eye is a sick tattoo to get, and with the filigree in it as well, it just looks so good. It fits the forearm so well. I would have maybe moved it up a little bit more to have the kind of eye go into like the ditch of the forearm. I think that is like my favorite area to see an eye be done, but nonetheless, this tattoo is beautiful. It fits the area nicely, and it's a nice overall simple design. Now, I could definitely see myself getting this tattoo if I had maybe one of those areas available. So, yeah, 100% I would still get this tattoo, even though it is simple and a little bit overdone. Now, here we have this angel tattoo that I saved, and I cannot remember if I saved this tattoo before I got mine or after, but nonetheless, I am going to give this tattoo a thumbs up and say I would get it still to this day. I love this reference photo that is used for the angel. It's a very elegant style piece. More than anything, I like the cracks that the artist put into this piece. Again, I said I've always loved that stone look, and those cracks just really resemble that kind of stone look. It gives it added texture, more details, and I put that there. I still love this tattoo with all my heart. It's one of my favorite ones. It's from my nonna, but this one I would have definitely put there as well. Next, we have this beautiful tattoo right here, and even after 3 years later, I still fuck so hard with this piece. I love it mainly for its darker style, you know, the style that I kind of gravitate towards now, but also that little bit of an accent color in it. It just pops a little bit more out at you. And then also that skull with kind of that cut along the forehead. Oh man, it's a little bit darker, and it just speaks to me still. And again, like I said, even after 3 years, this is something that I would definitely think about getting still to this day. So it definitely gives a thumbs up in my eyes. And like I said, I am thinking about removing the whole outer part of my right arm. And this is definitely something that I would be willing and would consider putting in its spot. Now, I want you guys to go ahead and let me know in the comments section what tattoo was your favorite from today's video. Why was it your favorite? And also, what tattoo do you think would go best with my current collection in the limited amount of space that I have left? I would love to hear what you have to say, but also go ahead and check out this older video that I did. The same kind of concept of reviewing older tattoos that I had saved and going over if I would get them or not. See you guys there, but like always, Justin out later.